Hey Jane, this is Sarah calling for our weekly coaching call. How's it going?
Yes, Sarah, I'm so excited. That's good. How are you?
Good. Are you like so close to being done with your certification?
I am so close, Sarah. I feel like I can touch it. Like the end is so near.
I can feel and sense the hope in your heart.
I'm very excited.
What are you most excited about? I mean, I can feel your smile from here through the phone. So what are you most excited about with this?
I'm excited because it feels like I've been in a college course, and I'm excited to be able to check it off because it's been my one thing for the last couple of months now. It's just been my major focus, and I have learned so much that I feel like I'm going to really be able to help people in their business. I had this conversation last night with actually a professional football coach. He coaches the Carolina Panthers, and he said, Jamie, what does coaching mean to you? And I said, it is going to be so powerful for me to be able to take somebody where they're not able to take themselves. And there's a whole lot of aspects that come along with coaching. And I really want to hone in on my skills and put it into practice, what I've learned through this certification. So I am so excited.
Were you an athlete growing up?
So, I went to a really small school. I don't know that I was like the best of the best, but when I played softball and basketball and field hockey, I loved it. And I'm very competitive.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I just wondered where your passion for coaching like this comes from. I didn't know if you had maybe like a coach growing up, or do you know where it came from? Or
I think it's a combo. And somebody asked me this the other day when I was staying at a cabin. Somebody said, where do you get your drive from? And I think athletics are a huge part of it. And the softball coach that I had specifically was just he just believed in me so much. And I think it's something that I want to have for somebody else. But I mean, aside from athletics, like in school, my third grade teacher was so hard. But I learned so much in third grade. And that sounds so silly to say at 36, but same thing in college. I mean, I had this nursing instructor that was so mean and used to make me cry. But I look back and she made me, that's not my goal in coaching, is to make people cry, but she pulled out of me what I didn't know that I had. And when you really truly believe in what you're doing, I think you can help so many people.
Yeah. So those three people that you just mentioned, like, I'm going to challenge you, like, take a second after you're done getting certified and maybe just send them a little message. Cause it's like, people don't know sometimes those impacts they make. And it sounds like you're going to make a big impact on a whole lot of people's lives because of the inspiration that you got from those experiences. Those people all worked hard with you, back in the day.
I'm writing their names down right now.
I just think those are just such blessings to get in the mail, whenever you're like, what, I had no idea. And your third grade teacher, that's going to be just a big blessing for them. So, okay, if you are almost done, like, okay, once you get that completion feeling, then what? So let's say you're done, you're certified, a week, or let's say this Friday. Then what? What's your next plan of attack?
I'm probably going to sleep for a few hours.
Right.
And I think the biggest thing that I need to do moving forward is lead generation. Like, I want to bring in actual businesses to coach. And I know the importance of leverage in an industry kind of like this. And aside from, money doesn't drive me, but just knowing how I can bring other people into the MAPS organization and help them in turn coach and guide and lead other people. So I think lead gen would be the biggest thing for me.
Okay. So you say money doesn't drive you. What does drive you?
My passion for helping other people. And I've tried to dig deeper into that. When I was a little girl, I knew I wanted to be a nurse. When I was working as a nurse and I started a Rodan and Fields business, I knew I wanted to help people feel great in their skin. And when I started a coaching business, I knew that I wanted to help take people where they couldn't take themselves. So that's more my passion. And what I found over the years is the money follows.
Yeah. So if you're able to be really successful with this and make a lot of money, what does that mean for your family?
Oh, it means to be completely debt-free and actually have the time and financial freedom that I've told myself that I've had for years and have not actually truly had. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Why did you tell yourself that?
Because in my businesses, I've brought in revenue, and in my mind, I translated that to income when it never really was income. It was credit card debt. It was loans. It was me always working tirelessly to pay off what I owed other people. And I really want to get to a place for my family and be able to teach my kids more about finances. I just want to get to a place where we're not paycheck to paycheck and stressed about money. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So are you looking at this next business of a way to do it right, do it better?
For sure. Be aware of it. I mean, in this whole coaching journey, this certification has made me so aware of, finances. Look at the things that I've learned through P&Ls and sales funnels and time blocking. I mean, there's so many parts that I can take into my life that are going to make me a better wife and a better mom and a better business owner that I think I wouldn't have found otherwise.
Right. So do you think in your prior business you were proud with a price? I
love how you said that.
You were proud of what you were doing, but you couldn't stand as tall as you wanted to. And with this, you really want to do it right for your kids' sake. So, you say money isn't your passion, but maybe security is.
Yeah, I love that. It is. It's security without jeopardizing the time freedom that I have found with my Rodan and Fields business, where it is so powerful to be able to wake up when you want to wake up and be present for the kids and go to the games that I want to go to and not be tied to a clock. And that's what I'm going to be able to do with MAPS, and to be able to show other people that that's an option for them too. I'm so excited about it.
So, I can feel your passion for this a mile away. And I think that's going to be inspiring for a whole lot of people. So, when you say lead generation, so it sounds like there's two different categories for this. Am I right? Like, do you have one lead gen is about other coaches if they want to do this? That's for your leverage, right? And then you also have lead gen for customers, clients, a certain coach. So which one's more important, or is there a hierarchy of importance with those two?
I think that what I'm going to find myself most comfortable with is the lead gen for the leveraging piece of bringing people into my organization, or my, what's the other word we use for it?
Your tree?
Yeah, kind of my tree or my agency. That's what I'm thinking of. I want to bring quality people in, and I feel like that's going to be my path of least resistance because I'm comfortable recruiting. Sure. But I would love to coach 10 businesses.
Okay. So that doesn't sound like too many.
No. And I want to say more than that, but I'm scared to say more than that because again, I want to do it right. And I want to not take on more than I can handle for my time.
Right.
I'm a single mom. I got 2 kids. Like, life is busy, and I don't want to take on a number of clients and not do a great job. So I would love to start with 10. And if that starts to get bigger, or I have more referrals, and I will see where that goes. But 10 in my brain sounds like I could do it.
So in order to make money in MAPS business coaching, what has to occur?
Coaching, great coaching, and people that coach with you.
Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, the quickest way for you to make money towards that security that you're wanting, you're going to need to coach some humans.
Correct.
Because so when you recruit when you recruit a coach that wants to do this too, do you make any money initially, or how does that work?
No, I don't make money until they have coaching clients.
And how long does it take for them? If you recruit someone today, how soon would they be having an actual client?
At minimum, unless they're just a true self-paced genius rock star, I'd say 6 weeks.
Okay. So best case scenario, you recruit someone today, you're looking September for be able
to start coaching. Yep.
So if they are coaching a client, how much do you make off of that client?
I think $100.
Okay. So maybe you should check to see.
Yeah. Maybe you should know.
Probably you should know that.
Um,
Check that out. 'Cause, I mean, if you're getting down to nitty gritty, right? You know,
I know, it's so true. I should know that. But see, I'm not driven by money. I just want to be great at what I do, and I know the money will follow. But I think it's about $100. I might be wrong. I know it's if I charge $1,000 for my own clients, I'm making $400 of that.
Okay.
Not including like there's referral fees and there's a revenue sharing structure.
Right.
That's in place. But again, nothing's going to happen until I have certified coaches, and we are all actually coaching humans.
Okay. So maybe between now and then, check the, the structure out. And because if you're really going to get serious about recruiting,
yeah, for sure,
clients, you probably should have that down pat, right? Like your
Yep.
pricing. So it sounds to me like, if you have to pick between the two, it sounds like you're most comfortable recruiting coaches because of your background.
Correct.
I get it. Does everybody feel that way, or are you kind of an anomaly?
I think that I'm an anomaly. There's a handful of people in my group that understand the importance of leveraging and recruiting, and I think there are others that don't. They just and there's nothing wrong with either.
Yeah. But it seems like to me the quickest way to, because do you think if you had 10 clients that you're coaching in the next, maybe by the end of the summer, would that be a good goal, by August 31st that you have your 10 clients in place?
I mean, that'd be amazing. Yes.
Do you feel like, 9 weeks, give or take, is enough time for you to lead generate 10 clients? Worth a goal that you'd want to work towards?
I think it is. Yes. I need to work past the limited belief of why would somebody want to pay for me?
Right. Okay. So why would they pay for you, Jamie? Why would I pay you $1,000 a month? What could you offer me?
I'm passionate, I'm energetic, and I'm excited to work for you, for your business and your goals, and help guide you there using these incredible models that we learned about throughout our certification.
Is it going to be worth my money?
For sure.
How are you going to answer that question?
That is a great question. It is going to be worth your money. We're going to take your business to new levels. I mean, we have an amazing program designed to help get your goals out on paper and help you break down how to do that.
Because how much is it going to cost clients to do this?
$1,000 a month.
Okay. Is that a competitive price? Do you know?
Yeah, $1,000 a month is what. I just had to transition there for a second because for a second I thought we were role playing that I was trying to sign you up for coaching. It is the going rate MAPS recommends is $1,000.
Okay.
I would love to charge more than that, and I'm not sure why I'm so scared to even say it out loud, but I would love to charge $1,500 a month.
Okay.
But is it better for me to have several clients for less than that? Is it better for me to? I don't know, and that's something I'm trying to work through. Who are those people going to be? So lead generation is something that I really need to work on. I need to get out of my brain and get these names down and start asking questions.
Right. Have you done any research on like what your competitors are charging, or who is your competitor? Do you know?
That's a great question. There are other, Rachel Hollis does business coaching, and she charges, I think, like $60 a month for just her business side. She also does life coaching.
What would be the difference in what you're getting from Rachel versus what someone would get from you?
The difference is you're going to get me one-on-one and once a week for 30 minutes. So 4 calls a month. And then we have our system set up where businesses go in and we map out what are your goals? What is your goal for the end of the year? And then we break it down into different strategies and how are we going to measure and accomplish those goals. And every single week, we're going to just dive in and get a little bit deeper and build your business bigger.
So it sounds like Rachel Hollis is more like a group exercise class where what you're offering is like personal training.
Yeah, that's so well put. I'm going to write that down.
Is that kind of what we're doing here?
It's exactly. Yep.
So in 10, so if we go back to this 10 number, so that doesn't sound, we're not talking 100, we're talking 10.
Yeah.
And I feel like you having an end goal, having at least a end date that you're going to try to shoot for sounds like you're someone who needs that.
I do, yes. And I need the accountability to hold me to it.
So, you're going to be done here by the end of June, giving yourself grace to be able to say by September 1st, you'll be coaching 10 people, giving yourself 5 a month to shoot for. So let's just dive into Legion. Okay. So, what sounds like you need to do a little research on your competition to find out if $1,000 is high or low or mid-range or, so you can be prepared for that.
Sarah, where do you think I can look for that? Like, should I Google coaches? Should I Google small business coaching?
Yeah, I would start with that. And I think, what would happen if you asked a few business owners that you know about it? Have you done that yet? Kind of just done some fact finding with business owners that you know, like in your warm.
I could do more of it.
Yeah, you might find, do you know even like locally what's going on where you live?
I mean, I would love to just work with obviously small businesses. I don't really want to lead generate for corporations right now. It just, big companies intimidate me, but that's for right now. Like, I would love to work with, I have a girl that does my hair and she does extensions and she's like crazy great on Instagram and growing her following and going to trainings. And I feel like she would be a good place to start. But I need to kind of narrow down what small businesses I'm going to be in contact with.
What level of a business do you think is going to be your best client? Like who is, if you could choose like the best subject for your client base, who's it going to be?
A female business owner.
Okay. Why is that?
I think it'll be relatable, and I've built businesses in my experience, and it's not about me. It's definitely about them, but I think it's going to be more relatable to work with a woman.
Right. Are you afraid to work with a man?
No.
I just think you'll enjoy it more working with a woman.
I think so. Yeah. There's women, to me, wear a lot of hats, and I think so many women that own small businesses can be so much more successful in what they're doing with just a little bit of coaching and guidance.
Yeah.
That's not to say that men couldn't either. I'm not sexist or like, I'm not going to discriminate and only work with certain people, but that's in my brain right now where I don't have one client. That's where I see this going.
Okay. So if a man calls you and wants to be coach, you're not going to turn them down.
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
No.
Okay. So if you were to, have you made a list of female business owners that you know?
I have not put it down on paper. I have one in my head. So I would love to make that something that you can hold me to for the next week, which is why I hired you in the first place.
Right. Okay. So let's just start with that. I mean, if you're only looking for 10, we're looking for 5 in the next month or so. And I know you're finishing up your certification this week. How busy of a week is this for you? How much time do you have to work on your?
Yeah, I'm finishing up this. I probably have about 5 hours left of the self-paced assessment or the homework that I have to put into the Kajabi website for maps. So my goal is to have all of it finished up until like one book review, because I'm finishing one more book that I have to do. My goal would be to have that done in the next 24 hours. So I'm traveling this week, but I love to work, and work is a priority. So I can definitely put at least 1 hour a day. And I know I can make a list of business owners in that time.
Okay. So how do you feel about kind of just taking a category at a time? So you focus initially, like this week, we focus on women business owners that you know.
I love that. Okay.
Is that something you'd be interested in doing, or do you feel like there'd be a different way, or do you want to categorize, or how do you feel?
No, I think I love the idea of categorizing. I think it'll kind of narrow my focus. And I used to be part of this BNI, this business networking group, for my aesthetics business. And we had to be specific in what our ask was for our commercial, is what they called it. So I love the idea of honing in and narrowing it down to let's just make a list of business owners, women business owners this week. I love that.
seems like, we could even proceed further of, next week we talk about a different category. And, maybe as we go along, we'll figure out like, what is your niche? Maybe as you go along, you might find out that women business owners are not the ones that are going to spend the money. You never know.
Right.
So, but we don't know if we don't know. Right. So if we're going to start with that, and I know you're finishing up this week and it sounds like you're going on vacation a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you, and you always find a way to get some work done. So, so I know in your, and I'm looking at your GPS and 411 right now. I'm looking at your potential coaches. Okay. So look over here.
Okay.
So you've got some people here. Is there any rhyme or reason with the people that you've got?
So honestly, there's no rhyme or reason. In my previous Rodana Fields business, when I would go to recruit people, I would pick up my phone and type A and start going down the list from my phone. So that's what I did when I sat down to make this list of people. As I went through, and I don't like to prejudge, but I made a mental note of who I could share this with that might be interested. So that's where my list came from.
Okay, so I'm looking at your coaches, but I guess let's pop over to your clients.
Yeah, there's none in there.
We're going to focus on clients first. Okay, perfect. Then we're starting from scratch, and let's just look at that. So, at the bottom of your each of these pages, you can make another
tab. How do I do that?
Well, do you see the little square at the bottom?
Add sheet? Yes.
You can do that, or you can just do it in here and then just color code it. So maybe you go up there to, you're looking where I am and you're like, hey, you see where I'm typing Susie Q. And then maybe you say, you come up with 15 between now and then, and you just make them all, pink for, that's a bad matches up the top. Sorry. You make them color, and that way those are all of your women business owners that you came up with. Maybe just do a color code option. You can kind of figure out what works best for you. So if we're looking in here, and actually it's great that there's nothing in here because we can just organize it however we want. So between now and next week when we talk, how many female business owners do you think you can come up with in this list?
Can I say 10, or is that not good?
I think 10 is great. I mean, we really don't know the conversion rate of having conversations with these people. So 10 would be great. What I would like to add to this chart is their phone number.
Okay.
Seems like, do you care if I just
no, you can write in there.
To the right, and I'm going to put in phone, because I know for me, if I have that, if I have the phone number right there in front of me, then it's a whole lot easier whenever I sit down to do my actual phone calls. So okay, if you're going to add 10 female business owners, that's our goal for this week. And then, okay, once you get those 10 down, how many do you think you could reach out to? And when we say reach out to, what is the plan? Like, what are you going to say to these people to kind of get the ball rolling for lead gen? Do you know?
I think I may just ask questions. Or how's your business going? Have you ever considered hiring a coach? Have you ever had coaching? And then maybe, where do you see yourself in the next year? Where is your business going? What's the vision like for your business? I mean, do you think those are good questions to ask?
Yeah. I mean, if you're just going to pick up the phone and call, Susie Q, and she's working.
Oh yeah. Then I'll set up another time to have a conversation. I think I just really want to ask some questions to them.
So do you have those questions written down or anything like that somewhere to where
no, but I'm going to.
Okay. That'd probably be good to come up with some kind of, at least a very loose script that you want to come up with to ask all these people, and kind of what you want your end result of these phone calls to be. Are you wanting to find out if there's other coaches in our area? Are you wanting to find out if they've ever had coaching? Do they see the value in coaching? To kind of think about that, and maybe the company that you're working for, they might even have something like this for you.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Possibly.
Yep.
And then, so you have this good conversation. How do you feel about your follow-up from there?
I'm comfortable setting follow-ups because that's kind of what I had to do in my Rodana Fields business, is just setting the next appointment or conversation, or maybe, and it depends on what businesses I come up with. I mean, if it's my hair girl, I'm going to see her in a couple of weeks. If it's a friend, we could have coffee and I could ask them about their business. I mean, maybe I could even like interview them and ask questions.
So what's going to be, I mean, I know we've talked before about value ladders, right? So as you're talking to these business owners, what is something that you could offer them for free that could help you get information and it would also be valuable to them?
That's a great question.
You know, like what's that bottom level that you could offer?
That bottom item. I have to think about that.
I mean, what would a 30-minute coaching call cost you?
Oh, okay. I'm thinking more like material, something like a download but yeah, that would cost me nothing but time.
Is that something that maybe you'd want to offer them?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I mean, that it costs you nothing, right? And and if they see the value, so I mean, I think you also want to think, you know, best case scenario when you get off the phone, what are the three ways they can be involved in the growth of your MAPS business coaching?
They can be a coaching client, they can be a referral source, or they could be a MAPS business coach.
Yeah. So maybe whenever you're writing out these questions at the bottom, you put those three things and kind of circle it, you know, maybe even print it off, or I don't know how you want to organize that, but
yeah, super helpful, Sarah, super helpful.
That's where you want to end up, right? So so for this week, do you feel like, so you're going to make a list of 10, how many do you feel like you can reach out to? Do you think you're going to have time to reach out and set an appointment with 10 people this week? Or does that sound like?
I might make the list and then I think I could do 5.
Okay. 5 phone calls.
Correct.
How do you feel about making phone calls versus meeting them in person?
I probably will start initially with a phone call. If I'd love to meet in person, but I know that's unrealistic for a lot of schedules, and especially business owners that are functioning during the day.
Yeah.
When I don't have my kids and I'm free. So
right.
A phone call will probably be the starting point.
Okay. Okay. So if I'm looking back at your 411 for June, so we're now in, oh, we didn't get this updated for last week, did we?
No.
So if we're looking here at week 4, which is right now, so let's just add some things on here. Do you want to type or do you want me to type?
I can type.
Okay. So we've talked about check into comparison prices. You know, we're just going to simply do some Google search.
Should I do that under agency? No, clients.
Yeah, clients. Because you know what you need to do for your certification. I'll let you do that on your own. Let's focus just you and I right now in this little square here. So you're going to comparison shop. You're going to make a list of 10 women business owners, and you're going to reach out to
5
this week.
Perfect.
Best case scenario, we have either changed some of them to a referral or a client, because at this point, you know, you're going to be pretty close to being able to have your first client, right?
Right.
So you know, I think next week we'll be able to talk about like, you know, did you ask for the sale? You know, we're going to be able to kind of go over that. And if you're even able to record some of those conversations, Jamie, that might be great too. It could be painful your first 5, just like it would be in any business, but gosh, I bet we could learn a lot. Do you have the capabilities of recording a phone call?
Yes, I can do that.
Yeah, that might be worth its weight in gold. Okay, so I think we only have about 5 minutes left, or actually just 2. Oh my gosh, this went by so fast.
So fast.
Let's pop over to the agency piece. I know this is your happy place, so maybe if you get your stuff done over here on clients, because we know that's where the money's going to be, but let's give yourself a little bone over here.
Okay.
So on agency, do you have anybody going in August?
In July, I have 4 people going. 2 are direct. 2 would be direct to me.
Great. Awesome. Okay. So do you have a goal for any more going in July, or are you focusing on the next month?
My goal would be 2 per month.
Okay, perfect. So maybe, I know you already have your list, so that's easy. You already have a list going on your potential coaches.
I need to be better about reaching out to them.
Okay, so give yourself a little small goal. Might as well. And how many could you reach out to this week about potential coaches?
10.
Perfect. Let's just go for that. And we know that if we're going to prioritize these 3, certification has to come first, but I know you, and you're going to knock this out here quickly. And second, even though you're going to, this agency part is your ice cream. Okay. So,
and I love ice cream, Sarah.
You got to get through your vegetables, Jamie.
Okay. I'm nervous, but I'm going to do it.
Because do you feel like your potential coaches and future coaches will respect you more if you have a valid coaching business?
And it's going to be easier for them to see that it can be done and to duplicate if I'm doing it. I want to walk the walk.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's really important?
Super important. And it's scary, and that's what makes me nervous and more excited to fill out the agency than the clients, but I know that I need to do that first.
Okay. So, all right, that's your ice cream. So I don't want you touching it until you're done with your vegetables. Does that sound okay?
I'm ready. I'm going to dive in. My brain is on fire.
I have already taken 1 more minute of your time than I'm supposed to, but is there anything else that we didn't cover today? Do you feel like you've got a firm grasp on what we need to do in this next
Yes. Nope. I'm totally good, and I appreciate it. Thank you for going over a couple minutes.
All right, James, I'll talk to you next week.
All right. Thanks, Sarah.
Bye.
Bye.